Let's all go inside. There's enough room for all of us.
Let's let the sound of this next bell take us deeper. Namaste, friends. Welcome. Let's stand and sing our first song with our musicians, Jimmy and the What Else Is Possible Choir.
Good morning. Are you out there? Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, that sounds better. 1, 2, 3. I hear the
Music down in my soul. I hear the music down in my soul. I hear the music down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home. I hear the new day down in my soul. I feel the new day down in my soul. I feel the new day down in my soul. And the whole wide world is my home.
1, 2, 3. I hear the
Down in my soul, I hear the silence. Down in my soul, I hear the silence. Down in my soul, and the whole wide world is my home. 1, 2, 3, I feel the power.
I feel the power
Down in my soul,
down in my soul.
I feel the
I
power.
feel the power
Down in my soul,
down in my soul.
I hear the power. Down in my soul, and the whole wide world is my home.
1, 2, 3. I hear the music. I hear the music. Yeah, yeah. I hear the music down in my soul.
I hear the music down in my soul, and the whole wide world is my home.
give them some love. Thank you. So while you're on your feet, let's turn to one another and offer the Namaste greeting. Namaste, namaste to our Zoomers and our love streamers. Namaste to our tech team and all our volunteers. Okay, so if you would please take a moment and silence your cell phones or any other fun devices that make noise, that would be great. Namaste, beloveds. So I'm Gina DiGirolamo, and I am a licensed spiritual practitioner here at Awakening Ways, and I use she, her gender pronouns. The land upon which we gather is the unceded territory of the Chumash and the Salinan people. So Reverend Elizabeth is with Reverend Susan and Reverend Diann, and they are on their way to, or they are in Missouri. They are going to the Anton Conference, which is a New Thought conference, and this is where Reverend Diann and Reverend Susan are graduating, so we can give them a big virtual shout out. I'm sure they're going to watch. So we'll have two new brand spanking new licensed ministers when they come home. Okay, so I want to read for you our reason for existence. And we exist to raise the vibe. And our vision is we envision a joyful, happy world. So it's my joy to welcome you to the Awakening Ways community and our Awakening Ways Center for Spiritual Living, where all that we ask is that you remain open to the possibility of changing your entire life by changing your mind. So this service has been designed especially for you, so welcome home. We've been waiting for you. Yeah. Okay, so we have an affirmation for today, and I invite you to please repeat after me. As I change the way I look at things, the things I look at change. Change the way I look at things, the things I look at change. And so it is. So I would like to invite our practitioner for the day up, BJ DiGirolamo. And I want to tell you a little bit about prayer in this community. It's really the glue that holds us together and what strengthens each and every one of us. We've had many, many, many miracles and wonderful things have happened through prayer for our community. And so the way we do this is several ways. First of all, you do have a salmon-colored sheet in your program, and that is a prayer request. And you can simply write your name, who you're praying for, whether it's for yourself or somebody else. Put on the prayer request what it is you are hoping the manifestation is, so that very positive light of what you want to occur in your life. Whether it's a job or a relationship or a new toaster oven, I don't know, whatever it could be. We're here to help you along with any of that, anything that enhances your life. Another way we do prayer is through prayer requests you could send during the week. You could send it to info@awakeningways.org if something comes up during the week, or if you're watching on the love stream, you can email us. It goes right to our prayer team. There's 10 of us between all the ministers and practitioners. We're really happy to pray on this. This is something we love to do every day. It's how we start our days, and it brings us joy to do that service for you. The other thing you can do is you can make an appointment with a licensed practitioner, one of us who's wearing a stole, and we can go deeper into a session. This is like a spiritual coaching session for an hour or so. These are professional services. All of our numbers are listed in your program, so you can reach out to any one of us, a minister or a practitioner. And then the other way is right after service, BJ's going to be in the lobby, and she's going to be hosting 3-minute miracle prayers. So this is where you come to BJ, and you don't need to tell her the whole story on why you want what you want, but you just tell her what it is you're desiring, and she's going to do a power prayer for you and just watch your whole being change from there. I also want to point out right here in the front is Norma Cole, practitioner Norma Cole. She's holding the high watch, so she's in a meditative state. She's holding the high presence for all of us here through this service. And I think I covered all the practitioner duties, and so now I will hand it over to BJ so she will do our opening prayer for us.
Thank you, Gina. So I'm just going to do a little reading out of the Science of Mind textbook from Ernest Holmes. It's the 365 Days of Spiritual Living. Knowing that I abide in the Spirit of truth, and that the Spirit of truth abides in me today, I open my consciousness to a greater acceptance of life. I realize that my entire being is in the hands of a higher power, that my thought is molded by a divine will, that my mind responds completely to the indwelling presence that is God. I fast from fear and feast upon faith, for I am certain that every good thing that God has intended for me exists right where I am. Acknowledging my good, I enter into the banquet hall of life. I recognize the Spirit as my host. I recognize that all others are unified with me in the spirit of good. I pray without ceasing because I live in perfect faith. And so let's just turn within now to that place where we connect with Spirit. And I know that there is only one thing happening, and that is the divine. There is only one Spirit, one God, one life force, whatever we choose to call it. There is only one. And I know that I am absolutely united with this source. I possess all those God qualities within me, like forgiveness and compassion and wisdom and joy and abundance and forgiveness and love, above all, love. And I know that I can never be separate from that which I am. And I know if that's true for me, it's true for each and every person here and each and every person watching. And so I know that this service is divinely blessed in all ways today. I know that Reverend Diann's talk is something that lights a little spark within that gets us to change our thinking and change our life. And I know that the music from Jimmy and the band today is wonderful, and it just lifts us up in joy. And I'm just so grateful for everyone that helps put this service on and puts everything together. And I'm so grateful for each and every person being here today. They are right where they need to be. And with a heart full of gratitude now, I can just release my word into the law of mind where I know it's done. And Spirit says yes, and we claim it together by saying, and so it is.
Just want to point out one more thing. I forgot to tell everybody, there's a table over here on the side that has a box that you could put your prayer requests in, or you could put them in the basket when it comes around for our time of giving. And so now we want to turn it over to Jimmy and the band.
It's Anna's birthday.
One of our practitioner, Anna.
Birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear
Anna Lane.
Happy birthday.
Oh, and Greta. Oh, 3 birthdays.
Oh, there's 3 birthdays?
3 birthdays. Greta, Anna, and Elaine. Happy birthday, guys.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday. Please rise and join us in this next song. If you want to have an opulent life, that is. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2. I don't believe in a world of scarcity where we must fight just to survive, because abundance is more than just a word to me. I choose to live an opulent life. I choose to live an opulent life. I
Well, good morning, everyone. And thank you, Jimmy, the band, the choir. You're just so inspiring, lifts my soul. And BJ, your prayer was so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. So, as we step into the month of October, our book for the month, as we have every month a new book, is called The 4 Sacred Secrets for Love and Prosperity, a guide to living a beautiful state. And it's by a husband and wife teaching team from India. They are the co-founders of the Academy. It's a philosophy and meditation school for transforming consciousness. So they probably know what they're talking about. Yes. And our word for the month, as we just sang, is opulence, for the seed of awakening. When we think of opulence, we're not only talking about material wealth, because true opulence is an inner state, an abundance of love and joy and a connection to the divine. I can remember when I was younger in real estate, we would tour homes before showing them. And sometimes I would walk through these multi-million-dollar homes down in Newport Beach on Linda Isle, and nothing looked more opulent from the outside. They were gorgeous, prime location, but once I got inside, they felt cold, lifeless, like a mausoleum. There was no love or energy inside those homes. Then on other occasions, touring maybe a one-bedroom condo or a mobile home, upon entering, the home radiated warmth. You could feel the love, the welcoming energy. I didn't want to leave. That's spiritual opulence, what radiates from the inside. So our first sacred secret is living with a spiritual vision. It means living beyond only for personal goals and achievements, and instead allowing our lives to be guided by a deeper compass, an inner purpose that lifts us up and others around us. It is the shift from, what do I want, to what does life, spirit, the divine, want to express through me? That's the essence of living a spiritual vision, is seeing your part as something much greater and not separate. However, when we separate ourselves from our source, the writers tells us that we are living in a suffering state of consciousness instead of a beautiful state. In a beautiful state, we begin to sense, this is how I'm meant to serve. This is how it feels to love and to be loved. This is how I am meant to live. And to help shift toward a beautiful state of consciousness, the writers tells us that we need practices to wake us up to how we are going to live with a spiritual vision. My big awakening came when I was 24 years old. And some of you know my story. My identical twin sister died of a brain tumor. She was here one day, gone 5 days later, leaving behind a 5-month-old son. A 5-year-old son without a mother. Until then, I never thought about spirituality or religion. I was just having fun, going out dancing, just enjoying my life. Even though I grew up going to church every single Sunday, but the God that I was taught was a God outside of myself, like Santa Claus. And if I was a good girl, good things were going to happen to me. But if I was bad things were going to happen. So when my sister died, obviously I was devastated. I was so angry at God. How could this happen to our family? We were a good family. And I coped by staying very busy. Within 1 year, I had my real estate license. A couple of years later, my broker's license, and then we opened up our own real estate office. But I was running away from my grief. Deep down, I knew I was going to wrestle with God, and I was not going to let go until I got my answers. Why? And it was in that rawness, my anger with God, I found myself searching. In my early 30s, Spirit led me to the Huntington Beach Church of Religious Science, which we now call the Centers for Spiritual Living. I began taking classes, and just like last week in our Wisdom Circle, many people expressed coming into this teaching, there is going to be new words, terminology, and practices we're not really familiar with. I discovered God wasn't out there. God was right here within me. I realized there wasn't just one name for God. There's like 99 names for God, even though there's still only one source. I realized that life was not about escaping my pain. It was about transforming my experience through living a spiritual vision. And one of my favorite Bible stories that helped me live my spiritual vision is from Matthew 14. And this is where Jesus sends the disciples out on the boat. He stays back to pray. He probably had enough of those disciples. And a storm comes up, and Jesus decides to walk out on the water toward them. And as he's walking out there, the disciples thought they had seen a ghost, and they became afraid, and they cried out. And Jesus says, "Don't be afraid. It is I." And Peter says, "If it is you, tell me to come." And Jesus says, "Come." And as Peter got out of the boat and started walking on water and staying focused on Jesus, he was walking on water for a moment. But as soon as the winds came, the waves came up, and he started listening to those naysayers in the back of the boat, he began to sink, crying out to Jesus, "Oh, save me." And Jesus says, "Don't be afraid." And he grabs Peter by his hand and says, "Oh, you of little faith, why do you doubt? Why do we doubt?" And to me, this is such a profound parable. It's a metaphor that as long as we keep focus on the Christ principle, on spirit, on faith, on love, on compassion, on kindness, we will walk on the waters of life. But as soon as we become fixated on those outer conditions, we are going to start to sink. Conditions will always change like the weather, like the clouds in the sky. But divine presence within us is changeless. And Reverend Elizabeth reminds us of this often. She says, where our focus goes, the energy flows. Peace is not only what we find in our meditations, it's what we carry with us into a storm. True spiritual vision doesn't remove the storms in our life. It brings peace, love, and compassion into it. The truth that carried me, this is the truth that carried me into my calling as a chaplain. Before I had that call, I did not want to have anything to do with hospitals or sick people after my sister died. But while taking practitioner classes, something dropped into my heart. I needed a healing in that very place. In 1999, I began as a chaplain intern at Long Beach Memorial in Miller's Children's Hospital down in Los Angeles. And the moment I walked in, I knew I was home. Like many of us who come into Awakening Ways, the minute we come in, we said, "Yes, this is my home." And then about a year later, I became a licensed minister, and I was hired as an employee. In over 12 years of working at the hospital, on quite a few occasions, people would say, "Chaplain, how can you do this job? It's so sad, it's so hard." And I would, of course, nod and agree with them and not really say much more. However, I knew exactly the answer how I was able to do this job. It was through the teachings of Science of Mind, knowing and embodying that God is all there is no place where God is not, regardless of the outside condition. We are all one in divine love. And that chant carried me through some very difficult situations. One time we had a workplace shooting at the hospital where 3 employees were killed. Middle of the week, broad daylight. I was on duty. The hospital was locked down. And I was asked to come to the administration office as the shooter's wife wanted to have a prayer before she was interviewed by the detectives. And right before that, I was with the victim's wife praying with her while her husband was in surgery. In another situation, I had a heartbreaking pediatric case where a family was ready to be discharged. However, they wanted to take their baby home that did not survive birth. The nurses didn't know what to do. The social workers didn't know what to do. In fact, she called the legal department, and the legal department said, call the chaplain department. Again, I took the call. I didn't know what to do, but we had a baby chaplain that we just loved. I called her at home. She paused, and she said, it is their baby. But in a few days, they may not know what to do. I went, I trusted the process, and as I would do many times going to ER or a NICU or a code blue, I would say this chant to myself as I was walking to their room. God is all there is no place where God is not. Regardless of what the circumstances may to be, God is all there is. We are all one in the divine. I would say that over and over again to myself until I got to the room. By faith, my spiritual practices allowed Spirit to guide me for the outcome that was best for this tender and grieving family. And as Ernest Holmes, our founder, says in Science of Mind, there is a power greater than we are in the universe, and not only can we use it, but I believe we allow it to use us. And I know without a doubt, I could have not done this sacred work if it wasn't for the foundational teachings of Science of Mind. The affirmations, the prayers, the meditation, they became my inner tools that allowed me to stand in the storm of others' pain. They gave me the courage to be present without needing answers. Friends, we may not be called to be chaplains. However, we all have an opportunity to learn these spiritual principles and tools and take a deeper dive in living your spiritual vision. And in just a few weeks, Reverend Elizabeth and Reverend Susan will be teaching a brand new class, Beyond Limits. I've seen the curriculum. The format is new, it's fresh, and very easy to understand. And with the holidays right around the corner, we're going to have plenty of occasions to practice, to put into practice what you're going to learn in class. But to give you a little head start, we all have an ATM card, don't we? Yeah. A for affirmations, T for treatments, R form of prayer, and M for meditation. And we know affirmations. Gina's just led us in the beginning of our service. We do it every single Sunday. They are short sentences stated in the present tense as if they've already manifested in our life. And we know treatments is our form of prayer. It is the single most important Science of Mind practice because what it does, it's a very specific method that puts all of the spiritual principles into practice. And meditation opens us up to an inner awareness that transcends theology and religion. It allows us to have that direct experience with the one infinite reality. By the way, does anybody know what ATM means in banking terms? automatic teller machine. Absolutely. Yeah. And just like an ATM machine, our spiritual practices are direct, they're automatic, they're immediate, always available, and they're free. This is our spiritual currency of opulence, direct access to spirit, never running out, and our divine source is unlimited. And as a gentle reminder, every word, every thought in a sense, is an affirmation, whether it's positive or negative. The creative process unconditionally will say yes to us. And what I love about our principles is that God's law is automatic. It responds equally to all of our thoughts and statements, regardless of its nature. Now, I have a personal story that just happened. I'm a little embarrassed to share it with you because it's not like my nature, full disclosure. But we were at a little dress shop in San Luis Obispo, and I was in the dressing room trying on clothes. And I could hear the clerk, achoo, 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 achoo. And from the dressing room, I said, "Oh, it sounds like you're sick." And she goes, "Oh, yes, my daughter came home sick, and I told her she better not give it to me." And of course, I said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope you feel better." And yet immediately, oh my God, I start going into judgment. How could she come to work sick? I just know I'm going to get sick. At least she could have worn a mask if she's going to come to work and get sick. I was like this hamster on a wheel going on and on and on. And I said, "Here, Terry, take my clothes. You check out. I'm getting out of here." Terry comes out. And I'm back on this hamster. I can't believe she came to work. Can you believe she came to work sick? At least she could have worn a mask. And of course, you know what happened. I got sick. And Terry didn't. Yet she had more interaction with her than I did. And after I started feeling better, I thought to myself, what is going on with me? I can't believe I just went into this full judgment thing. And I thought to myself, you know what? I need a session with a practitioner. Called my practitioner. And what I love having a session with a practitioner, they're going to remind you that you are whole, perfect, and complete just the way that you are. They're not there to fix you. And so through a series of questions she asked me, I was able to take a deeper dive and find that icky hidden belief that had been buried that decided to show this road rage energy in the dressing room. So I just want to let you know that practitioners are there when we feel we can't see the trees through the forest. And that experience just reminded me how powerful my words are and our words are and our thoughts. Once again, the law always says yes. Everything is circling right back to us, right back to us. And this is how spiritual principles work. They work because they retrain our minds, replacing those old stinking patterns of fear and shame and traumas with love and compassion, grace. They work because they align us with the spiritual truth that there is a power in this universe greater than we are, and we can use it. They work because they open up our hearts. We feel connected and guided. And they work because they activate a universal law of cause and effect. That, my friends, is how we live a spiritual vision with a deeper purpose through using these practices that guide us how we live and to choose wisely, treat kindly, and to serve. I'd like to invite the band to come as we prepare for our closing. And at that time, I have Tom and Anna will be handing out some affirmation cards because this is our call for action this week. Just one practice I'm inviting you to do. And I'm inviting you just to take one, trust that your spirit, that you're taking the perfect card for yourself. And this is for you to keep. And I'm going to invite you to put this on your mirrors in your bathroom or on your dashboard so you can see it every single day. And speak it often. And notice how it shifts in your heart, your mind, and your body. Living with a spiritual vision doesn't mean we're avoiding storms. It's about walking on the waters of life, staying focused on the Christ principles of faith, of love, kindness, and courage. So whether we live in a mansion or a mobile home, true opulence is what shines from our heart, rooted in love and connected to the divine. And so they're just finishing up handing out the cards. And while they're doing that, I'm going to do something different for my closing prayer. I can't tell you how many times I said the Lord's Prayer in the 23rd Psalm as a chaplain. I love those prayers. And they're so universal for many of us. But today is our Spiritual Sprouts Sunday with the kids, right? I hope we have some kids. And so, good, thanks. And so I would like to share with you a child's version of the Lord's Prayer. Our Father in heaven, you are awesome. Show us who you are and how you want us to be. Make earth more like heaven. Please give us what we need to keep going each day. Help us when we are wrong and clean us up on the inside. Help us to let other people off and move on. Keep us from bad stuff. You are in charge. You're strong and powerful and always there, forever and ever. Amen. And together we say, so it is. Thank you.
Standing in the middle of your life, you are. Always looking out, but never going far. Sitting on the sideline for another day. Nothing like the present, so come out and play. Jumping, skipping, twisting, lifting, happy in the world that you are living. You can name it, you can claim it, just it, know it, don't say no. Sing it, swing it, laugh it, fling it, round and round we go, is what I'm saying. I believe that we can have it all, just don't say no.
Don't say no.
Don't say no.
Don't say no.
Go ahead and spread your wings, you'll Don't say no.
All right, let's give them some more love. That was awesome. Jim Peterson there as our soloist. Okay, at this time I'd like to invite the ushers to come forward. And this is our time for spiritual giving. And you guys can come on up. So we've got Kat and Jen, who have been our wonderful greeters and ushers. So let's say thank you to them for their service. And so this is a time where you can place your gift in the basket here. And if you've already given online, or you can also give through PayPal, and that's paypal.me/Awakening Ways. You can also, on your program, there's a QR code, and you can scan that, and you can donate that way if you like. And our service and everything we do at Awakening Ways is sustained by these gifts. So thank you in advance for all your gifts, because we wouldn't be able to do any of this without that. Okay, so I'd invite you to take your gift over your heart, and if you have given, you can just put your hand over your heart and repeat after me. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It does great work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is.
God is my source.
God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks. For all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need.
Oh, so let's just turn within one more time, just knowing that these gifts, these love notes, just help our center here, help our city here in Atascadero, and just ripples out to help our county, help our state, help our world, and just returns to us again, multiplied. And I give great thanks and just release now and let go. And so it is.
Okay, it's now time for our announcements. So I've got our announcement angel, Jim Peterson. Come on up, Jim.
We have a pretty full October. Let me start. All right, Wednesday, October 15th, we already mentioned this, but just to remind you, Reverend Elizabeth is offering this course called Beyond Limits. It's used to be called, what was it called? Foundations, right. But she's got it all fixed up and it's different, so it's really something for both people who have just come in and think they would like to learn more about this science of mind thing, and also for others who have been here a while and maybe taken foundations before. So anyway, it starts on the 15th. It's 8 weeks. It's on Wednesdays, every Wednesday from, I think it's going to be 6 to 8:30-ish, something like that. The investment is $250, and that includes the student workbook. Now, tomorrow evening, the Monday the 6th, from 6 to 8:30, there will be the Men's Connection Circle. And it's not going to be at David's house anymore. It's going to be at our center on El Camino Real. So that's what time? 6 o'clock tomorrow. Okay. Then Thursday at 6 at the same place at our center, the Women's Connection Circle will take place. Reverend Elizabeth will facilitate this week for that, so she's going to be back. Now, I have something here that someone gave me. It's not on our regular menu. Let me think. Oh, Resonant Blessings. This is a chance to join Reverend Elizabeth for an hour of profound transformation at Resonant Blessings, where affirmative prayers and sacred sonic vibes, I think it has to do with the crystal bowls that you've seen, will merge to elevate your spirit. There are 2 chances to do this. One is Tuesday, October 21st at 6 p.m., and for those who can do it during the daytime, the following day, Wednesday, October 22nd, at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. So that's happening. Our book of the month has already been talked about. It looks like a great one. It's available for purchase at the back. We have a few copies, right? Okay. And will somebody take the purple page out of their program and hold it up? I was supposed to bring one with me, but you know what it is. Oh, it's still September? Well, we got an October over here too, so make sure you get the October one, okay? You might want to grab that, but when you're done, if you would, take the rest of all that paper and stick it in the basket over here. We do recycle all of that stuff. And then last but not least, let's just give a big shout out to all the volunteers who make this thing happen. Thank you.
Okay, I don't know if Sonia is, yeah, she is out in the lobby. Okay, they're going to come in. So we can, yes, let's march the kids in. They're on their way. Bum, bum, bum. Here we go. All right. Woo, come on up, guys. Come on over here so we can see you. Yeah. Come on up here. Let Sonia tell us what you did.
Hello. We're going to go through our names just real quick. My name is Sonia.
My name is Xander. My name's Ilani. My name's Maeve.
So we started with a cosmic meditation, and we connected with our heart, and we said, I love you. And then we did some ghost breaths, some bee breaths, some wind breath, and these kids are amazing. I forgot the glue for our project, and they were so nice, and they went with the flow, and they came up with a beautiful affirmation, and they get to go home and do their craft. So, what? Okay. Should we say our affirmation together? Let's say it together. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Be positive.
All right, great job, you guys. We're all going to say that when we go home today. Okay, this is our time to circle up. We're going to do our benediction and response. Come on the side here. Have to do 5 things at once here. Hi, Mama Jody. Welcome home. Oh, thank you. All right, this is great. What a great big circle we have. This is amazing. So many beautiful new faces. Okay, so won't you know with me that you are never alone, that God is right where you are now and always, and all that we ever need do is turn within. It is here we will find we are guided, sustained, directed, and inspired by a source that knows only good. Joyously let us make use of these gifts in all that we think, in all that we say, and in all that we do. So please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening as me right now. Something wonderful is happening as me right now. It is this thing called life. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind. Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is in my body. Life is in my finances. Life is in my finances. Life is in my relationships. Life is in my relationships. I think it. I feel it. I believe it. I express it. I accept it. Just the way that it is. And just the way that it is not. Thank you, life.
May I be filled